Hola, buenas tardes, hello, good afternoon. My name is Sarai Hertz-Velazquez, and I am so honored to be here with you all today. I recognize that viewing a convention through a screen is incomparable to one in person, especially when it is a P.E.O. convention. I have never yet had the privilege to attend an in-person convention, a P.E.O. convention at that, but from what I hear and can imagine, it sounds wonderful. I speak to you today as a P.E.O. Star Scholarship recipient of 2018, which now that I'm saying it out loud feels like it was forever ago. In talking about my award, I must first thank the incredible and amazing West Hartford Chapter D for all of their encouragement and help, and also their countless hours of mentorship and support for the past few years. From the time I applied to the scholarship till today, and I know in the future as well, they have sent me letters to my college mailbox, included me in their Zoom socials, and they continue to ask me about my life, my aspirations, my passions, and my curiosities. I feel so lucky to, just by proxy of having been awarded this scholarship, to be within such a powerful network of women of all ages, from all walks of life and from all over the world. I hope that one day I will be able to join the P.E.O. community as a member myself, to learn alongside other brilliant women attempting to make meaningful, lasting change in other women's lives. It should be noted that before I speak any further, just a disclaimer, I'm a person who loves asking questions and listening, so speaking for more than a few minutes about myself is very unnatural. So this is why I might feel or seem a little bit discombobulated. It's a good practice for me, and it is for all of us. I think we should all be able to speak about ourselves and to our accomplishments and to our passions. And if you hear that, apologies, it's my radiator. This is the nature of Zoom, I guess. My passion for social justice is central to my identities as a Jewish, Latinx, feminist woman. Like all of you, I carry a multitude of identities with me wherever I go, each in constant growth and transformation. I want to take a moment to acknowledge that while we all carry these intersecting identities, all of which are very complex and nuanced, I, as a white passing upper middle class educated woman living in America and speaking to a convention of predominantly white, educated, middle and upper middle class women. This may appear to be seemingly insignificant, but I think that given the fact that P.E.O. is focused on uplifting women and its central mission is about amplifying the voices of girls and women across the country and the world, it is crucial that we name all of these identities, including those that are privileged ones. So to know me is to know that I'm a daughter, a granddaughter, a cousin, a sister, a friend, a teacher, a mentor, a mentee, a chef on the good days, a runner, a writer, a traveler, not during COVID, a reader, a question asker, a comedian, depending on who you ask, and so much more. This said, I found ways to incorporate little pieces of my identities in my activities through high school, prior to receiving the P.E.O. scholarship, which, by the way, I first discovered while casually flipping through a scholarship binder in William H. Hall High School's Career Center, which is where I went to high school. So thank God for that binder. During my high school career, you could find me leading the Feminist Coalition, running cross-country, volunteering at an after-school program in West Hartford, cooking various vegan creations in the kitchen, playing piano, and many other activities, some of which I loved and some of which, admittedly, I did for clout, whether for college or social capital. It helped me build some sort of identity within this utopia of West Hartford that seems to be oftentimes a small, white, liberal bubble of a community. So when I received the P.E.O. Scholarship Award, it validated all of my intersecting identities. It made me feel like I could do and be all of these things and still get recognized and still be seen. Now I'm a junior at Wellesley College. I'm majoring in environmental studies with a minor in education. I note the small yet impactful ways this scholarship has allowed me to keep asking questions, to remain curious, and to be a leader. The P.E.O. scholarship gave me financial support so that my first year at Wellesley could be dedicated to exploration rather than having to do things because I'd be financially compensated for them. This exploration of mine transformed into an activity that I still do and love to this day. I volunteer much of my time during college to the Mission Hill After School program, a student-led, student-run after-school program in Boston. Here, I oversee counselors and high school students from the greater Boston area, focusing on restorative justice, asset-based practices, grounding my work in social justice and community. Last semester, so in the semester of fall 2020, I spent the semester abroad in Kigali, Rwanda, and in Kampala, Uganda, with SIT's post-genocide peace-building and reconciliation program, where I learned about what development really means, how can we reconcile when there are these really tragic events, and how do we sit with and think about community trauma in a local and global context from a multitude of different perspectives. So I was really lucky to have been able to spend last semester, so again in the fall, with a group of people who were excited to travel in a safe way during the pandemic. And I just want to say that I feel really lucky that I was able to do that during the pandemic, instead of, in my case, for Wellesley, sitting at home, that I was able to learn and be outside and with people who were excited to be there as well. But now I speak to you in Somerville, Massachusetts, where I am currently studying remotely with a few friends from college. Aside from my courses, I am working on 2 research projects, both of which have served as incredible creative outlets and learning spaces for me. This question of who I want to be and what I want to do when I grow up is one we are asked from day one. It's a question I have had the longest time to think about, and yet the question I have the shortest answer for. I don't know. When talking to P.E.O. members, they stress the importance of knowing what it is I like. So I've approached the question as such. I know I love taking positions of leadership. I know I love being with high schoolers in some capacity. I know I care about the current and future state of this planet we call home. And I know that we, I, you, and us have a lot of work to do. I want to close with a final thank you to West Hartford P.E.O. chapter, particularly to Linda for showing me her strength, dedication, and resilience throughout the past 4 years. Thank you all so much again for having me, and I wish you all the best.